This is the FingerBit, designed to be held between your fingers. It's a really interesting design. Magnetic retention. Here we can slide in a screwdriver bit. This is for tuning up your pocket knives. Really thoughtful design. This one's aluminum with the laser etching. You can still really easily retrieve that bit, even with a pretty decently strong magnet, which I like. This is from Skiff Workshop, which is, they make like bearings and supplies for upgrading your knives and some other specialty tools, but this is the one we picked up for our demo today. It's for working on knives without a fixed pivot. Now I had to grab a Milwaukee Fastback. It's the only one in my collection that has a pivot that's not fixed and has a screw head on both sides. So you'll have to let me know in the comments how common that is in your collection, but I was actually not able to find too many. But the idea here is to grab that screw on the back side so you can have that knife in your hand, hold the screw in place, and then turn the other side with a screwdriver. You'll notice on this Milwaukee Fastback, if I were to come up here and get that to focus and turn that bottom screw, you can see that top screw is also turning. So you need a second screwdriver to hold that in place. In the past, I would go to like a bench vise and hold the knife there and use two screwdrivers. You'll see I've kind of developed that technique to a new level, so to speak, now. But for those who just want a quick way to tune up their knife pivots, this might be a pretty decent option. Really well made, and yeah, like it a lot. Let's talk about what I mean by a pivot that's not fixed in place. I've got a big scale model here with a couple of different pivot options. Here's a standard pivot. If we were to put that through the frame there, take our pivot screw and put that in place, you can see that there would be nothing stopping the tension on that screw, on that top screw, from turning that bottom screw. That would just as easily turn, no problem, because it's not keyed in any way. It's not fixed in place. If we go over to a keyed screw, and this is a common sort of style with the two flats on the sides, we can slide that guy into this keyed spot, and your knife will still pivot around it just fine. But if you put that screw in and you torque that down, you can see there's no way that that screw would ever turn. So you just need the one side to use a screwdriver on, whereas with the unkeyed side, you'll need two screwdrivers. That's where the Skiff FingerBit comes into play. Now, on multi-tools, a lot of multi-tools are going to have that unfixed pivot, and that's, you'll need two screwdrivers to manipulate it. There's also some other options like the MP600 from Gerber. You can see here on the frame has this unique four-lobed cutout on one side, and that perfectly matches the geometry of the screw head. That means when you put the pivot in place, and this will be tricky, let me grab some tweezers here. Without the tools to back it up, it can become a bit tricky, but you can see when that slides down into place, that frame itself is going to keep that pivot from turning. So you just need the one screw on the other, so one screwdriver on the other side to get that turning. Stuff like the Leatherman Wave, Leatherman Rebar, those are going to have a combination. Obviously, the plier head is going to be non-keyed in any way. They do have a keyed side on the inner tool side. You can see maybe here on that pivot, there are a couple of flats, one on each side. But you'll still see me when I'm doing disassembly, especially, use a second screwdriver to back it up on the other side, kind of like so. And the reason for that is if I want to torque this down, or if I'm disassembling and there's a lot of Loctite keeping this guy in place, you can see the geometry is not so, or the tolerances aren't tight enough. I can still turn that screw even though it doesn't really want to. So if you're putting a lot of torque on, let me put a little notch or a little dot or a streak of Sharpie on there so you can see it a little bit better. But if you're putting a lot of torque on this, you're still going to be able to turn that screw even from turn that pivot even from the screw on the other side. So that's kind of how it works on the Leatherman Wave. So for that reason, I thought the Skiff FingerBit would be an interesting option. You know that when I disassemble multi-tools, or you may know that I do it in the hand. Again, you can go to a bench vise if it's easier for you. Absolutely worth it. But I like to put the tool in my hand, hold onto the tool with the same hand that's holding that second screwdriver, and then I can manipulate the pivots from there with a screwdriver on the opposite side. Unfortunately, there is not a whole lot of torque here on this finger bit. Going between the fingers, you just don't have the leverage to hold that in place, and it's a pretty narrow sort of setup here. What I go to instead is the 711L PenDriver. This has been the one that I've gone to for quite some time because it's got that right angle to it, but it's still a pretty short kind of shaft here. So I can go ahead and go into the screw on one side and still hold that screwdriver or that multi-tool in place while I manipulate the screw with the proper screwdriver on the other side. This isn't perfect, but it has been the best solution I've found so far. If you guys know of a better solution, let me know down in the comments below. And one thing we didn't cover is anti-clumping technology. Part of that keyed washer system, especially on Leatherman multi-tools, is designed to prevent all of the tools from coming out at once. We're going to talk about that in a future video, so stay tuned for that. We'll catch you in the next one.